Good morning and welcome to my vlog. My name is Heaven and today we are heading to Disney's Hollywood Studios with our 3-year-old toddler. It's just going to be me, CJ, and Noah, and we're hoping that we're going to have a great day today. So my plan is to kind of just bring you guys along and show you guys what that looks like. Try to enjoy as many rides as we can. Show you all of the rides that a 3-year-old can get on. We always sign up for the Disney Plus experience so that you'll know what we're doing, like when we're like getting on the rides and how we're going about timing. Our first ride is scheduled between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. It's 9:30 a.m. So we're gonna try to get there by 10 o'clock so that we can get to our first ride or experience between 10 and 11. I haven't even gotten Noah dressed yet. He's all ready to go, but the last thing I'll always do is put his clothes on because, as you know, with toddlers, they will mess up their clothes in 5 minutes before you can even get out the house. So this is what I'm wearing today. I had originally planned to wear this Mickey jersey shirt with some red jean shorts. It's a really thin like jersey material, and instead of the red jean shorts, I'm wearing these spandex, like thin spandex material biker shorts that I picked up from the Disney Character Warehouse at the Vineland Outlet. So this is what I'm going to be wearing today. It's long enough that it covers my backside, so I think this will be perfect.
Hi.
Hi. Are you ready to go? Where are we going? Yeah, we are going to Disney World. Who do you want to go see?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Who else? Mickey and Donald?
Yeah.
We made it to Hollywood Studios. It is about 10:15, so hopefully we can get checked in and through the gates into our ride by 11 o'clock a.m. So we're gonna see. Once we made it inside of the parks, we went straight on over to Toy Story Land, which has one of the most popular rides at Hollywood Studios, Slinky Dog Dash, and sometimes you can also catch an aircraft above Toy Story Land, crafting words in the sky. On the other side of Toy Story Land is Galaxy Edge, which is right where we needed to be. There you can find Star Wars characters walking around and interacting with the guests, but we had to get straight to Millennium Falcon, which is our first ride. You have to be 40 inches tall to ride this roller coaster, but it's not quite a roller coaster. It's more so a ride or an experience, one that Noah actually did not enjoy so much, so we let him pick our next ride, which was of course Alien Swirling Saucers, which is one of those rides that kind of just spins around in circles, but he loves it, so we like it as well. While we were in Toy Story Land, we took a lunch break and grabbed some food from Woody's Lunchbox. There they have a lot of toddler-friendly foods, and then CJ and I were also able to find some food that we enjoyed. But as you can see, Noah began to get restless. He was trying to escape from his stroller, so we just let him get out of the stroller and kind of just walk around and stretch his legs a little bit. We bought him a bubble blower thinking that that would keep him a little bit entertained, but he still wanted to get out and walk around, so we let him do just that while CJ got in line, grabbed us some food, and got us some coffee over from Joffrey's Coffee Stand. As you can see, Noah was pretty excited for this next ride. The three of us all enjoy this one every time we go, and that is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. We absolutely love this ride. It's probably our favorite at Disney Hollywood Studios, and it's one that you can do with a toddler or a child of any age. You can even do this with your little ones, like your infants or your babies, because there is no height or age requirement. You just have to make sure that you ride it with your little one, but it kind of just makes you feel like you're right in the middle of this animated series, and you get on this train and basically everything that is supposed to go right kind of just goes wrong. I don't want to spoil it too much. It's one of those things that you kind of just have to enjoy for yourself, but we really enjoy this immersive and entertaining ride. This is actually probably my most highly recommended ride at Hollywood Studios, and it never disappoints each and every time. So that ride was a lot of fun, but afterwards we went on over to Disney Junior's Play and Dance Party, and surprisingly Noah enjoyed that a lot. He got a chance to be able to dance with all of the characters and all of the other kids, and we got a chance to kind of just get out of the heat and rest our feet, so that is always great. Back over in Star Wars Galaxy Edge, we went and rode Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. You have to be 40 inches tall to ride this roller coaster, and it can be a little bit intense, dark, and thrilling, but surprisingly Noah actually enjoyed it just as much as CJ and I. It's a really great experience for Star Wars fans, and we were just happy to share that experience with Noah this time around.
Thanks, Mater. Hello, everyone. Wow, what a great group of rookie racers. You know, I only figured out how to be a great racer because I had a great teacher, Doc Hudson. That's why I started this racing academy.
Another one of our favorites is the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy show, and basically you just get front row seats for a simulator race. And of course, like any storyline, there are a few bumps in the road, but Noah always loves this and we love it as well. And of course, it's always great to sit down in the air conditioning and rest your feet from the heat. So this is another one of those experiences that we always do and we always enjoy it, and I highly recommend you do it with your little ones. This is for all ages. You just sit down, you enjoy the show. If you are traveling with someone who loves the Disney princesses, I recommend checking out Beauty and the Beast live on stage. And although Hollywood Studios does not do fireworks, they do have movie spectaculars right on Tower of Terror. I think it's a pretty cool way to end the night. Disney's Hollywood Studios was so much fun for my family. We love it every time that we go. And if you too are planning a trip to Disney's Hollywood Studios or any of the Disney parks, then I'm going to share a few of my takeaways and a few of my tips that I think will help make the trip a lot easier if you're traveling with toddlers or little ones. My first tip is to have a game plan. Before you even enter into the park, have a loose plan of the things that you want to do, the rides that you want to get on, some of your favorite foods and snacks that you want to try, and do a little bit of research before you get there so that you can know what's all available. This way everyone can stay on track and you can make the most of your time in the parks. My next tip is to try not to do too much. Trying to do too much in one day or in a small amount of time is enough to make anybody crazy or overwhelmed. Hollywood Studios is a large park and there is plenty to see and plenty to do, but trying to do it all in one day can make you exhausted and frustrated. Pick a few things that you really want to do, put them at the top of your list and try to focus on those things, and if you have more time afterwards, then use that time to just do any of the extra things or just explore the park and do as much more as you can. My next tip is one that we use every time we go to the parks, and that is the Genie Plus system. There is a free Genie Plus service. There is also the paid version, and then there is the Lightning Lane. The free version helps you to plan out your days, and the paid version helps you to bypass those long lines on those hot summer days, which is very helpful if you're traveling with toddlers and little ones who can become overstimulated, tired, restless, and bored standing in those long lines. And that can also make you a little bit agitated and frustrated if you're dealing with all of that while standing in a long line. So if you're traveling with toddlers or little ones, I highly recommend that you do utilize the Genie Plus system. My next tip is to plan out your meals before you go to the parks. There's always going to be something that you see and it looks or smells delicious, so you decide to stop and grab something. But within all of that fun, sometimes you can forget that you have to stop and eat, and trying to figure out what you want at the last minute may or may not be the best choice. It can be fun to kind of just make those decisions on the spot, but if you have little ones, you're going to want to pick a place that has toddler friendly meals, and it's just so much more easier if you have those places in mind before you get to the parks, so that you can do like a mobile order, so that you can know the best time to go to those spots, grab some good seating, and get a chance to actually look at the menu before you get there. And if you're going to be making dining reservations, those reservations go so fast, and so you actually want to plan to make those reservations 60 days in advance. Once your dining reservation window opens, you can make those reservations 60 days but no sooner in advance to go into the parks. And I highly recommend that you do it at that 60-day mark if it is a restaurant that you truly want to go to, because if you wait to the last minute, you may not be able to get a reservation for that restaurant. So I recommend that you plan your meals in advance. My next tip is to dress comfortable. We're all going to want to wear our cutest, most trendy outfit to Disney's Hollywood Studios or Disney World, and you can do that, but I also recommend that you do that while also staying comfortable, because if you're all cute and whatever you're wearing is not comfortable, it's not going to be a fun time for you. So make sure that you dress for comfort. Hollywood Studios is a hot and humid place, especially during the summer months. It also rains a lot during the summer months, so you're going to want to make sure that you're dressing in something light, something comfortable, something that's going to work even if it does rain. And of course, also dress your little ones in comfortable and light and cool clothing as well. My next tip is to use a stroller for as long as you can. If your toddler fits in that stroller, I recommend you take that stroller even if they are a great walker, because even as adults we get tired inside of Disney World. We're not going to want to be on our feet all day long, and the little ones definitely won't either. It also is perfect for storage. We can always carry as much as we need because we can always put it inside of the stroller caddy, under the bottom of the caddy, without worrying how we're going to stuff everything in one of those Disney's Loungefly backpacks. In our experience, whenever we go to the parks, our toddler also gets pretty sleepy halfway through the day or by the end of the night. So we always take our stroller that we can lean back so that he can comfortably take a nap, as opposed to being uncomfortable, sleepy, cranky, and tired, because again, that's not going to be any fun for anyone. My next tip is to bring along a few snacks and drinks that you know your toddler is gonna love. Your toddler may or may not love the options that they have in the parks, and they're not always the most cost friendly, especially if you're traveling with multiple children. So having some safe backups that you know they're going to love and enjoy is just always a safer option. It's also a great idea to bring your own water bottles, because inside of the Disney parks they use those paper straws, and sometimes they will serve up drinks with no lids, which can become very messy if you have a little one or a toddler. So having your own bottles and bottles of water or liquid IVs and Gatorades can not only save you monies in the park, but they can be a lot more convenient if you're traveling with little ones, as well as giving them a small snack if they're standing in line and they begin to get hungry and you do not want to get out of line for your favorite ride so that you can run out and grab your toddler a snack. My next tip is to take breaks often, because just like any Disney World park, Hollywood Studios can become tiring walking back and forth between the different attractions and the different locations inside of the parks. So even when you're having a ton of fun, don't forget to schedule in just a few breaks. Sit down, rest your feet, have a refreshment, have a snack, and kind of just refresh, because it's going to help you out a lot. Taking those small breaks here and there, you won't miss out on as much time as you will if you decide not to take a break, and then by the end of the day you're so tired that you can't even do anything else. So now you have to leave the park early or spend the rest of your time in the park sitting down somewhere. We always like to take tiny breaks, but then in the middle of the day schedule to sit down and have lunch inside of the restaurant, because that helps us to rest our feet for a nice period of time while we can enjoy a meal without having to be on the go while we eat it. So definitely take small breaks, especially if you have children. That'll also give them time to get out of their strollers and run around a little bit, to get a little bit of that energy out, and to just give everybody a little bit of time to just calm down mentally before they get back into that busy Disney traffic. And that brings me to my next tip, which is to take advantage of the indoor attractions and shows. Disney's Hollywood Studios offers a few different attractions and shows that are indoors. Not just the shows that you sit down and watch, such as the Lightning McQueen Racing Academy show that I showed you guys, or the Beauty and the Beast live on stage show, which isn't actually indoors, but it's under a large awning with some air. But they also have a few rides that are located indoors, so that while you're in the line or the queue, you can get a bit of air. So I definitely recommend that you take advantage of those sit-down shows and attractions wisely. My last tip is to visit during the off-peak season. Hollywood Studios, along with all the other Disney parks, are less chaotic and less crowded during the off-peak season. This can make exploring the parks much more easier and enjoyable, especially if you have a toddler. Some of those peak seasons are around the holidays, during the summertime when kids are out of school, during spring break, Christmas break, Thanksgiving breaks. All of those different types of holidays, breaks, weekends, and those summer breaks when the children are out of school are all peak season. Try to go around off-peak season, for example, say February or January, or even the end of September. These tend to be off-peak season, and they're typically a little less crowded. Of course, there's still going to be some crowd there, and it's still going to have its busy days, but at least it can just be a little more enjoyable and a little bit easier to navigate and explore the parks if you go during those off-peak seasons. So those are just a few of my own takeaways and some of the tips that we normally utilize and follow when we're traveling with our little one. I hope that if you too are planning a trip to any of the Disney parks or just any amusement parks in general, that these tips you may also find helpful as well. If you enjoyed this video or you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.